I'd like everyone to put both of your feet on the floor. Take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. And with your next inhale, fill up deeply and evenly into both hands. Exhale, let it go. And one more time, breathe deep into your belly and feel your chest rise. Exhale, let it go. And open your eyes, and you can release your hands. If we had more time in the context of this slow, deep breathing, we would have spent time paying attention to and exploring sensations of our bodies, not trying to change anything. We would simply be acknowledging our present state of being, and I would guide you as you started to develop an intimate relationship with your body. And essentially, this is what I do. I'm a body worker, and I work with people in pain, and together we move towards, through, into and out of intense sensation with movement, manual therapy, and just like we did together a few moments ago, the breath. And the breath is arguably the most important, because if you can breathe deeply in the face of intense sensation, you are directly communicating to your body that it is safe. And when the body feels safe, it creates space for change. And the change we're going for is get out of pain, plain and simple. People generally come to me experiencing one of two, what I call completely different types of pain. There's pain they understand, and there's pain they don't understand. Pain they understand comes from a known injury where there's an obvious cause, say you tripped off the curb, and effect, you sprained your ankle. People understand why they're having this type of pain, and once the tissues heal, hopefully the pain goes away. Unfortunately, this is not the type of pain I work with most often. The type of pain I work with, it's a kind they don't understand because it comes and goes, it'll move around, so it'll be in their shoulder one day, it's in their hip the next. They have no idea when it started, where it came from, and they just don't understand it. And this is the type of pain where I offer a new lens from which they can view their situation. And together, we move their pain from something they don't understand to something they do understand. And I start by explaining what pain at its core is. So pain is a signal, a form of communication. It is one of the quickest, easiest, and generally most effective ways our body is trying to tell us something. And our bodies give us signals all the time. Hunger and thirst, two of the most common signals we've come to recognize, right? Because we've had them often enough, and we've learned to give the signal what it wants in order to make it go away. But for some reason, pain as a signal has been taken out of this frame of reference for most people. So when your pain is the type you do not understand, this signal, it's a chance for you to pay attention to either something you are doing, which is maybe you always stand on one foot with your hip out to the side, or it's a chance for you to pay attention to something you are not doing, not moving because you're in front of your computer screen all day. The body is constantly and continuously being molded by what we do and what we don't do on a daily basis. And the body is desperate to have smooth, even flow of blood, nutrients, and all the things that need to get from the top of our head to the tips of our fingers and toes. And when that isn't happening, the quickest way to get your attention that something needs to change is to send a pain signal. But again, most people never think about their pain this way, as this internal feedback system, because pain to a lot of people, it's an external thing that's being done to them. And they feel they must get rid of it through an external means. Maybe it's taking an over-the-counter ibuprofen or Advil, going to see someone much like myself, or a chiropractor, or an acupuncturist, even their primary healthcare provider. And this is important because if people think their pain has nothing to do with something they either are or are not doing, then they feel they can't do anything about it. And how do you feel when you don't understand something? Do you feel empowered and ready to take action? Or do you feel helpless, lost, and like nothing you do matters? It's the ability to transform your pain from something you don't understand to something you do understand. That's the first step in creating a sense of empowerment. And it sets the stage for clients to become active participants in their healing process, and it puts them in the driver's seat of their situation. And how do we do that? Well, we reframe their pain. Instead of thinking of pain as being done to them, we think of it as an experience or a dialogue they get to have with their body. And then I offer the unique approach of developing a healthy relationship with their sensations where they learn how to listen in and communicate back to their bodies. And now there is a fancy scientific word when I say develop a healthy relationship with your sensations, and that is growing your sense of interoception. Interoception is our perception of our inner environment, particularly as it relates to bodily sensations. It is our capacity to bear witness to our feelings inside, from our muscular tension to our heartbeat, from the rhythm of your breath to the fullness of your stomach. But when I say the word interoception, clients just get this blank glazed eye look. So I've learned to use the idea of a healthy relationship because most already have thoughts around what that means. And the word healthy, that's vital because healthy implies that there is an even give and take, back and forth, two-way communication where both parties feel heard, seen, and acknowledged. Because in a relationship, when something matters to you, you speak up, right? You say something in hope that the other person hears, listens, acknowledges, and then you hope they actually either do or stop doing whatever it was you brought up to them. And I don't know about you, but if I'm trying to communicate with someone and they keep on ignoring me, one of two things generally happens. I say it again and again, louder, in bigger, more exaggerated fashion. In essence, I ramp up my signal, or I get so frustrated that I shut down and leave. I walk out of the room. I might even leave the house and vacate the premise entirely. What I generally don't do is just go, I was just kidding. You know, that thing that is really, really important to me, it doesn't matter. Big deal. No. If it's important to you, you deserve to be heard. You deserve to be seen. And your body is the exact same way. I'd like to share with you 2 clients. Both of them came to me with pain they did not understand, that was not getting listened to, and that had been going on for quite some time. In one of them, her pain was like the first example. She had a ramped up signal, so that by the time she came to see me, even the thought, just the thought of having to bend down and pick something up off the floor caused a shooting sensation to go up her back. The other client had pain which reacted the second way. She was kind of sore and achy all over, but couldn't pinpoint what was wrong because she felt completely disconnected from her body. Sadly, she was numb to emotions, and she just felt empty. We worked together for over a year on being an active listener, of moving towards what their signals were saying. And over time, we began to calm down and quiet the one that was shouting and bring back the one that had vacated the premise. The relationships that these women developed with their bodies, with their experience and sensation of pain, helped them see themselves as the driving factor in the ability to transcend their pain state. They became empowered with the knowledge they received from their bodies and began to take ownership of what they were and were not doing in order to bring upon their sensation of pain. In developing an honest dialogue with the experiences their bodies were sharing with them, they were able to move out of pain and into living a 100% fully functioning life. The time and effort these women put into making sure that their body felt heard, seen, and acknowledged created a sense of safety. And remember, safety equals change. A couple months ago, the client whose signal was super loud told me that she was astonished when she bent down and picked up her kid's lunchbox off the floor without even stopping to think. And the other client informed me that she started feeling feelings again. It is my true desire for each and every one of you that you develop an intimate relationship with the one person you spend the most time with. The one person you cannot run away from, who is ultimately your biggest cheerleader and greatest advocate in life. And that one person is you. Thank you.